Hi, welcome to Universe View Odyssey channel. Pythagoreans presented a mathematical methodology to find absolute truth. Pythagoras, who settled in Croton to avoid oppression by a despot, formed the Pythagorean Society under the patronage of Milon, the Sage of Samos. This group, later known collectively as the Pythagorean School, is said to have had a mystical and religious flavor. It is said that becoming a disciple of Pythagoras was not an easy task, and that in order to become a student of Pythagoras, the ability to hold back what you want to say was required. It is said that rather than divulging what he heard in lectures, he had to be able to keep it to himself. This is a drawing imagining a Pythagorean class scene. The woman looking back is Theano. Women also became members under the same conditions as men, and Pythagoras' favorite disciple was none other than the beautiful maiden Theano, the daughter of Milon. Although they were very different in age, they loved each other and eventually got married. The society is said to have 600 members, including Pythagoras, and its members consist of 571 men and 28 women. They were a group based on the principle of equality, and all property was jointly owned. Even mathematical discoveries and texts were considered public property. However, they had to be kept a strict secret from the outside world, and if they revealed the secret, they were said to have been subjected to a terrible punishment of being thrown alive into the sea. Hippasus. He is said to have been executed for leaking the secret of the existence of irrational numbers to the outside world. So how did the lectures at the Pythagorean Society proceed? It is said that the lecture hall was divided into two parts by unique insignia. Pythagoras divided his disciples into two groups and educated them. It is said that only upper-class disciples who passed a certain training course could attend the side where Pythagoras was, and on the other side of the curtain, lower-class disciples could listen to Pythagoras lectures. The lower-class students were not able to see Pythagoras in person. It is said that they were thoroughly differentiated not only in terms of form but also in terms of the content of knowledge transmission. While some could only receive their knowledge by ear, there was a group of mathematicians who received mathematical proofs and texts directly from Pythagoras. It is said that in the classes of students who only listened by ear, there were only verbal teachings and no written text. This teaching method chosen by Pythagoras was in line with the essence of mathematics itself. Not being able to see the teacher creates an auditory relationship that replaces sight. This situation made the disciples focus more on the tone of the words and sounds being conveyed. In doing this, they trained and refined their hearing, preparing them to move ever closer to harmony. It seems to be related to the fact that the Pythagorean anecdote is particularly related to musical harmony. The Pythagorean Society had to adhere to a strict code of conduct. They are said to have taken the study of mathematics and philosophy as their moral foundation. It is known that Pythagoras was the first to coin the words philosophy, love of wisdom, and mathematics, learning. A philosopher is a person who strives to discover the secrets of nature. Today, the word philosophy is a combination of the Greek words philein, meaning to love, and sophia, meaning wisdom. Generally, we translate philosophy as the love of wisdom, but as philosopher Emmanuel Levinas argues, it can also be translated as the wisdom of love. One year, while watching the ancient Olympic Games, Milon, prince of Philus, asked Pythagoras, "What kind of person do you think you are?" Pythagoras simply answered, "I am a philosopher." When Prince Leon asked Pythagoras to explain what a philosopher does, he reportedly said the following. Prince Leon, life is like the athletic competition you are watching right now. With such a large crowd watching, some people are greedy for wealth, while others are consumed by a blind passion for power and authority. On the other hand, there are those who look carefully at everything that is happening right now and try to understand it. The wisest of these are those who explore the meaning and purpose of life itself. They are searching for the hidden secrets of nature. There may be no perfect wise men, but these are philosophers. They are people who love wisdom and value the passion for exploring the secrets of nature. Here we learn that Pythagoras divided humans into 3 categories. The lowest class are merchants who seek to gain wealth, the middle class are those who pursue fame, and the highest class are people who think, that is, philosophers. The Greek origin of the English word theory is theoria, which means spectator. The Greeks considered meditation, pure mathematics, and the exploration of nature to be noble acts that purify the soul. This idea was passed on to Plato, who gave the soul 3 levels. The lowest is desire, then spirit, and the highest is reason. It is said that in 510 BC, during the 67th ancient Olympic Games, a riot broke out near the city of Sybaris, a neighboring city of Croton. After Thales, the instigator of the uprising, overpowered the government, he hunted down those who supported the government and brutally persecuted them. Then many people flocked to Croton to escape the tyranny of Thales. Thales strongly demanded that the citizens of Croton return the traitors to Sybaris. However, when Milon and Pythagoras rejected his demands, Thales mobilized an army of 300,000 men and attacked Croton. Milon bravely faced Thales' army with a militia of 100,000 men. Milon, who demonstrated outstanding leadership during the 70-day battle, ultimately defeated Thales' army and achieved victory. The war was over, but the city of Croton suffered great damage. It is said that the city has once again fallen into chaos due to differing opinions regarding the urban reconstruction project. In particular, citizens are said to have expressed their dissatisfaction, fearing that the land in the city of Croton would become owned by the Pythagorean Society. It is said that such dissatisfaction among citizens was widespread even before the war broke out. This is because the Pythagorean Society spent a huge amount of money and monopolized the new facts they discovered without disclosing them to the outside world. It is said that among the citizens who had such complaints, there was a man named Milon. He was a person who applied to join the Pythagorean Society but was rejected. He had a hatred for the society and was seeking revenge. Finally, he incited citizens to attack the academy. Eventually, Milon and the citizen mob surrounded Milon's house and the academy building and set them on fire. Milon miraculously succeeded in escaping through the hellish fire, but unfortunately, Pythagoras and most of his disciples are said to have met a miserable end in the fire. In this incident, ancient Greece lost a great hero in the world of mathematics. However, the spirit of Pythagoras was passed down intact to later generations. He proved that mathematics is the most objective of all academic fields. This is because the validity of a mathematical theory has nothing to do with personal opinion. It depends entirely on the construction of the logic. This is the most valuable contribution Pythagoras made to human culture. Pythagoras taught mankind that mathematics is a way to transcend man's poor discernment and find absolute truth. After Pythagoras' death, the few members who survived the flames left Croton and hid in other cities or abroad. Then, they gathered again and established a school to spread the gospel of mathematics and teach logical proof methods. It is said that the contents of the lecture at this time were Pythagorean theorem and Pythagorean trigonometry. In the 5th century BC, the society split into 2 factions, scientific and religious. The representative of the scientific sect was Philolaus of Taranto, 4th century BC, who is said to have led the later Pythagoreans. Most of what we know about the Pythagoreans comes from the writings of Philolaus, who was born after the death of Pythagoras. From now on, when referring to the Pythagorean school, I would like to inform you in advance that the concept encompasses not only the lifetime of Pythagoras, but also the later Pythagorean school of Philolaus, who inherited his ideas after his death. Thanks for watching.